Oh, you can't?
No.
What about now?
Yes. Now we're talking Little Child. Thank you, Mr. Hendricks.
Rock and roll, baby.
And also, Stevie Ray Vaughan did a good version of that as well.
Yeah, it wasn't too shabby.
Not too shabby. He's kind of a good blues guitarist.
Not bad. Yeah.
Paul, how you doing, bro?
I'll give him an 8.
Yeah.
What's up? How's it going?
Good.
Episode 99. Can you believe it, guys?
What?
99. Wow. This is the 99th episode.
Wow. That's crazy talk.
Yeah,
Almost
it's
100.
total crazy talk. And we have a special guest, right?
Hey.
Yes.
Paul Pinault.
Yeah. Thank you for
Pinault.
inviting me.
And I'm pronouncing it correctly, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
But I do have a question. How do you distinguish between Pinault and Pinault? Is it like Pinot Noir and Pinault?
Yeah, not the same letter at the end. Yeah, but
Is it just the accent, just a different way of pronouncing it?
not really. But it's written in a different way. But I'm not really like a bottle of wine, so people usually make the difference.
Yes. By the way, I love your last name because I'm a big fan of Pinot Noirs. You know, I weaned myself off of cabs for quite some time because I got really bored of them, and I really got into Pinots. Not because of the movies. What is it, Sideways? Because I just got bored of cabs, and it's very, very good wine. So I appreciate your last name very much.
Great. Well, in French, we don't really use the name of the type of grapes. So basically, it's not really. I mean, people don't mix because we use Bordeaux, Côte d'Or, things like this. Not by the grape species. So people don't make a.
Yeah. You know, all those appellations, the names of the wine regions sound so much better when it's pronounced by a French person. You know,
maybe.
No,
Maybe.
I tell you as a fact.
And apparently, my internet connection is unstable. So maybe
You look fine though, man. You look
All right.
fine. Can you hear us?
I was frozen for a bit, or you were frozen, but luckily I didn't move, so you didn't know the difference.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know if I have to tether off my phone or not. We'll
Might
see.
have to. Hey.
Might have to.
Yeah, but before it gets bad, or if it gets bad, but where are you, man?
I'm in Laguna Beach, California, in the OC, man. I'm staying in this beautiful cottage, and
okay, now he froze up.
5G doesn't work in California.
Dang.
See, that's how we do it here on IoT Coffee Talk, Paul. We just roll with the glitches. So how is it out in France? Your neck of the woods.
I'm doing good in France. It was frozen last week, but now it's better.
Oh, really?
It's a country of the networks, right? France. How many different type of networks do you have?
Yeah, we have pretty good networks, particularly fibers and things like this. Yeah, and so we are not so bad in low throughput network like Sigfox or
yeah. All right, I'm tethering now.
Oh, you are? Wow.
Yes. The
Much
landline, the internet Wi-Fi, excuse me, Wi-Fi, was unstable here from the owner of the cottage. But luckily I've got 5G.
Wow.
Ultra capacity.
Wow. Who was that?
I don't know.
Brian.
Ryan?
Oh no, I'm hot micing.
How come we can't see you, dude?
I was having a little technical glitch
Oh, there you are. Hey, how's it going?
there. Good. How about
Glad you can
yourself?
make it. Yeah.
Me too.
So, hey, really quick. Hey, Paul, introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. So,
You're
hello
kinda new.
everybody. I'm Paul Pinault, as it has been said, like the grape is written in a different way. Not working for a winery, but more working in the industrial IoT. I'm also expert in technologies like Sigfox, LoRaWAN, Helium, all that stuff, and for sure also in industrial IoT and manufacturing optimization at BrainCube. So I'm basically a kind of tech guys and also working in a product strategy for my company. So doing kind of marketing and tech, both of them.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome.
And then now we also have Ryan. And we have an echo.
Yes, you do. Talk to us,
Number
Ryan.
99.
Oh, hey guys, come on.
Talk to us, Ryan. Tell us all about yourself, Ryan. Act like no one's ever met you before.
Yeah.
I'm Ryan's Echo. Nice to meet you. Or digital twin. No, so I'm currently at Telet as a business development manager. So a lot of my background's been IoT sensors for private wireless network deployments. A lot of factory OT experience, I'll say. So right now I'm in the IoT platform game, you could say, and it's been fun just connecting a lot of different applications and stuff like that. So fun to be here with everyone. Nice to see you all.
So good to have you, Ryan. I noticed that your glasses are somewhere in between some stylish design and safety glasses.
yeah. I get away with it on the plant floor sometimes, but if there's a good safety officer, they'll usually grab me and make me put on the goggles.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
That's good stuff.
Episode 99, guys. What do you guys think? Can you believe it?
99 left balloons.
Yeah.
I was thinking we got 99 problems and IoT is not one.
And it's amazing that we can do this every week and find something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And I think we've repeated topics maybe a few times, but built on things, right? Built on prior conversations. So it's amazing how much you can discuss around the issues and challenges and the opportunities around IoT, right? I mean, I'm kind of surprised.
It's like we're either smarter with new ideas or we keep getting dumber and we don't realize we've already talked about everything.
Yeah. Or we're just really, really grumpy and we like to complain about everything. Yeah.
So, for 99 here, I was so thrilled to meet Paul when we were in Barcelona.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want Paul to unload on us and tell us what he's working on, what his company does. Because, we got to chat in Barca, but I know our audience would love to hear what he's doing. Lay it on us, Paul.
Yeah, I can tell you a bit more. We are talking about the digital twin, basically.
No. At BrainCube.
Yeah. And basically, we do digital twin. So, and we do a specific kind of digital twin, which is around the manufacturing process digital twin. So basically, we are able to reconstruct all the data coming from the manufacturing flows and to make them all aligned correctly, to match, to get them for any product that is going out of the production stream. And so that's why we are able to do some deeper analysis on each product that has been made, and we can, through that way, make the link between trouble you have, like defects, like a production issue, and so on, to their settings. And basically, we create the opportunity to fix the production chain settings to correct the different trouble you can have in production. But we can go further also. like analyzing the product later after they have been produced and where they are used, to understand why some of the products are really working well for a long time and some other are defecting about a couple of weeks or things like this, and make the link with some production settings. That can be, a setting on a machine, but it can be also related to raw materials and things like this. So that's quite really passionate things.
Yeah. All I know about Paul is he called a Sarah 23 a crap hole, and I was very offended. Yeah, he really liked the blackberry mojitos very much, and he drank a lot of wine, and he loved the food. And the astonishing thing is, Mark didn't even know about that restaurant.
Probably this will be a place to go only for Mobile World Congress.
Yes.
The locals don't like it.
We have to be there on IoT solution also, Mark.
Are you going to that?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. That's still a thing.
Yeah.
All right.
So maybe we can go and have a blackberry mojito.
We have to.
There you go. Yeah, you got to do it.
That's awesome.
So hey, Ryan, I know my brain's not working. Rob, Ryan, you guys tried to do something on Outhouse or Clubhouse. What the hell happened? Tell us. I mean, what is the state of IoT after 99 episodes? What the hell is going on? Because that post prompted Paul to go, "Hey, can I get on this week?" Because he's got something to say. He's got something to say.
Wait, I think we just got a hidden gem right out of there. You called Clubhouse Outhouse.
Yeah.
That is awesome. In fact, we should build our own competing Clubhouse app and call it Outhouse.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? Ryan and I had the best conversation. Ryan started up because it was IoT Day, right? Ryan?
Yeah.
It made sense, right? And of course, we knew thousands of people were going to join. And so I hopped on there because I had the little notification because I'm like the fifth person that's still left on Clubhouse. And so I saw it and I was like, hey, it's my bro, Ryan. And I'm literally driving like Highway 8, between Phoenix and San Diego. And I'm like in the desert, like near Yuma. And you know what? Ryan and I had a great chat for over an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you just call each other? Why did you have to do it on Outhouse?
We're not that
or maybe
bright.
a record, or maybe record the call, right?
Yeah, we're not that smart. We're like Dumb and Dumber. So we just had to use Clubhouse Outhouse to do our conversation.
We did it for the audience. One person came through.
Really?
They listened for a minute or two, and they're like, "These guys really are Dumb and Dumber,"
Yep, it's true. It's true. What did we talk about, Ryan? It was good stuff.
It was. I think we were talking about the confusion between calling a sensor a thing and an asset, and how to build kind of that digital model. How there seems to be a lot of confusion in the space regarding kind of the terminology. And I think that might be confusing people a little bit more when you might be calling the vibration temperature sensor an asset instead of the machine that it's connected to.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think so many people in this world are so new to all this stuff, even though it's been around forever. And so they're like, I don't know. I think that's a thing. But shame on all you platform players out there, because I've deeply analyzed all your platforms, and you guys are causing the confusion for the people because you guys are basing everything on devices and device twins, and whatever the device says is the thing, and it's not the thing.
Yeah.
And so you're right. We did talk a lot about that, and also got to go through Yuma, Arizona, got to see where the Colorado River goes into Mexico, got to see the All-American Canal that's going to try to keep water going west. Got to go to a part where there was a big sign saying, "I am now at sea level," as I was driving through the desert. Needless to say, it was a little hot.
Yeah. Well, it just happens the hottest place on Earth is like one of the lowest points on
Yeah,
the Earth, right?
Death Valley, baby.
Valley. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's crazy driving 8 along the Mexican border. You're right. You go to 0, you go to sea level, and then you climb up over 4,000 feet before you dip into San Diego. It's a cool drive.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Rob, you better watch out. Better watch out for the roaming bill. You know, if a tower picked you up from the other side, it's coming. $3 a minute.
Oh.
What happened to your video, dude?
Ooh.
I'm in the car, dropping off precious cargo, and I will show my face in just a few.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
You're right. It's a good thing I didn't roam into Mexico, right? I would have gotten hit with a big bill.
Data roaming too. That would have been costly.
Oh.
The Clubhouse data roaming charging you per meg.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Our new outhouse platform will have free roaming.
Yes.
How are you going to pull that off?
He's going to leverage
You
the
have to
free
start a new
speakers.
MNO.
No, just do it on the 2G network. There's no one on it. It worked for Mark.
That's a good idea. If it's audio, we should be able to get away with it, like low quality audio over 2G. It could happen.
We're going to buy some Spectrum.
Yeah.
Sounds
like a
dedicated
plan.
outhouse Spectrum.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
This is what people want.
really, so how come you guys had one guy just pass through? What happened? It's IoT Day, and you're having an IoT outhouse conversation, and
Yeah. Well,
only one person roams through. I mean,
and so I guess because we didn't schedule it and we didn't plan and we didn't promote, it was like on a Saturday. These are all lame excuses I'm giving. It was really funny though, because lots of kind-hearted people on the LinkedIn machine said, "Oh, we've been there. You know, I know you all are just starting out on Clubhouse, and I know you're probably heartbroken, but just keep at it." And it's like, dude, we've been doing this since they launched, and we've ridden Clubhouse all the way into the ground now that no one uses it. The reason there's nobody there is because nobody's on Clubhouse anymore. I feel bad for Andreessen Horowitz. I don't forgot how many millions they pumped into that thing. But oh well, it was hot for a while back when they had Elon Musk on there.
Did they accept Android now? Because I mean,
It is.
It was a big mess at the beginning when you wanted to talk about Internet of Things. The community of makers is really more on Android. So basically, they're just not there.
I know what you're saying, but this is a status thing. And what this really is creating an elitist type of organization where only the iPhoners are allowed to be on this platform and not the Androiders. Listen, I know all about this. This is all about class division and creating a digital divide between the makers and the people in the ivory towers wearing white robes. The Cupertinoers.
It's a digital
That's
caste system.
such an American problem. I think everybody in America thinks everyone uses iPhones. When I walk around and someone sees my phone, they're like, "What phone is that?"
What is that?
Not an iPhone.
What's wrong
I
with
do
you?
have an iPhone too, but it's, that's only for backup because of this reason. There's so many apps and things that I want to have access to that I can't use with the Android. But in other parts of the world, that's not even the case. So we Americans are spoiled with Apple.
Most of the planet is using Android.
Exactly. More than half of the planet.
Except for America and Japan. In Japan, it's 100% iPhone. It's a status symbol.
I just WeChat on my Xiaomi device.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Xiaomi still supporting smartphones?
The ones that come with all the free stuff that may or may not be filtering data out, but hey, it's free.
Is that from their special Chinese app store?
I just click on download and accept.
Yeah.
Accept.
Yes. Why did they make me read all this stuff? I'm sure there's nothing important in here like we will take all of your data and sell it. Yeah.
Why do they need access to my entire camera roll? I don't care. It's just a voice app. I'll accept it.
You know, we make fun of this, but if any of us or our friends or neighbors have purchased a television that has internet connectivity in the last 5 years, and it was like, wow, they're really cheap now. There's a reason why.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, which in turn has made basically, if you can find a TV that has, I'm not going to plug anyone, but there are some that have decent privacy in terms of the things that you can completely block, yet still take advantage of updates, but you're going to pay dearly for that TV.
Wow.
It's, it's remember when we joked about IoT security? And we basically said that what we need is marketing saying, hey, I've got one product and there's two versions. This one has really bad security and it's $2, or this one is locked down solid and it's 20, and that's the only way it's going to grow because you're warning them.
Yeah.
This is also like how we've talked that we should all own at least one car from the 20th century that's fully mechanical, just in case.
Yeah.
Now we can add TVs to that list. You need to get an old RCA TV from the 80s or something, just in case.
I disagree a bit with your pricing difference. I think there is three different prices, in fact, in IoT. The $2 pricing is not a question of security. It's a question of where your private data are going and how they are used by other people. The $20 prices is for low security stuff, and the $20 per month prices is the security. Because if you want to have a secure device, you need to have a month after month update on the software and so on. So there is a three category of pricing in my point of view.
Freemium model. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I read that today is Identity Management Day, so there's that.
Who's coming up with this stuff? I had no idea. Did you have like
Who came up with IoT Day?
No, but this is a really interesting topic as I'm working on this, that it's not only about updating the firmware of the embedded devices as well. For example, this is something that I see a lot. It's how to update the operating system running on devices, for example. And it's funny to see companies that say, yeah, sure, we update the software on our embedded devices. Okay, and do you update the operating system? No, if it uses an operating system. Oh, no, we don't do that. So in 10 years, the operating system that you are going to maintain, who's going to do that, And it's funny because when you hire people, you say, yeah, we use the latest technology, whatever, but what they don't tell you is that you are going to need to maintain a 10-year-old operating system that was created 10 years ago.
I love that. Maintain what? What?
It was the latest technology 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. It's still on Windows Vista.
May not complain when you need to maintain something running on a Windows 95 or Windows Vista.
Oh, you mean like factories? Windows 95. Yeah.
I saw a vendor of these folks are taking Android, Apple devices, putting them through some certification that so that the device can work in explosive environments like oil, gas, tankers, etc. And as part of their business model, they have an obsolescence clause where basically they say, if you buy a device from us, we'll cover you for 9 years. So if in 9 years this thing is obsolete, we'll give you something else. And I found that interesting. But then again, much easier to do when you can grab an old cell phone and just find a way to certify it and put in some sort of protective case.
Certified.
Certified, yeah. But harder to do in with other things. I mean, again, Windows goes through a lot of updates.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. Thank you, Windows Update. You know, Windows 98 is where we first got Windows Update, and that's when the world changed. Instead of them sending you a bunch of DVDs or CDs to update the service pack, we're going to magically update it over the air. Maybe Windows 98 was the first mobile device management system.
You were at Microsoft at that time, Rob?
I worked at Microsoft during 3 different decades for 3 different CEOs.
Yikes.
So yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So you had a collection of DVD or CD-ROMs already?
You
Or?
have a lot of that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
I know only folks that have lived in the Pacific Northwest know this. Maybe Ryan knows this, but did you guys know that it was Rob that showed Steve Ballmer how to dance?
Oh. Oh. Developers. Yes. You know, yeah. And you know what's really bad is if you ever also watch the replay of the Windows 95 launch, and you see Ballmer and Bill Gates and all these other basically geeky white guys on stage dancing and looking exactly like every stereotype we think of, it turns out it's true.
Yeah.
It's totally true. Total nerds. They can't dance. They look like freaks. The only reason they get girls is because they're billionaires. So there's that.
I think they were fist pumping as well. I think they were fist pumping and jumping up, and yeah, I remember that one.
Windows 95, yes.
Yeah.
But they were genuinely having such a good time, you know, like such a proud day. So, you know, making fun of the dance moves aside, you know, it's like, you know, maybe one of those few times that, right or wrong, you had genuine, authentic excitement by executives of one of the world's largest companies. Authenticity on stage, that we don't always get that anymore.
You know, that's a good point. I often tell people that the launch of Windows 95 was actually the high point of Microsoft throughout its history. And lots of my Microsoft friends and colleagues say, no, our stock price is higher now than it's ever been, or we're worth more, or whatever. I'm like, no, that's not the measure. The measure was, what is that biggest shining moment, a burst of energy ever at the company's history? And it was the launch of Windows 95 by far. There's never been anything close to that since. Yeah. You know, launching Azure and stuff like that, it just kind of happened.
People didn't get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that, and also kind of like we saw when the iPhone came out and you saw people lined up to get the iPhone at Apple stores. If you remember the Windows 95 launch, people were lined up at midnight at Egghead Software, at all the places that used to be, and they're all lined up at midnight to get a copy of Windows 95. At CompUSA. They're running out.
Yeah.
They're like, yes.
Micro Center.
Circuit City.
Yes.
Circuit City. Come on.
Honestly, I think it's the first software
packaged
from
tech,
Microsoft.
man. So
what's that? What's that, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first software I bought from Microsoft, basically, the Windows 95. And I was something like 20 or 19, something like this. And I was waiting for it because, I mean, it was the beginning of internet. And this new operating system was really a key to access the internet. And so we would like to get it as soon as possible. And yeah, it's the first time I give some of my money to Microsoft, for real.
Wow. There you go. You know, if you were there on the Microsoft campus that day at the event, there were other vendors who had kind of little booths, stands set up around, because it was all outside on the campus. There was a tiny startup called Netscape who was also there talking about some insignificant thing that they were working on.
The Navigator.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Little did the guys on stage who are high-fiving each other know that this little company was going to cause ripple effects throughout the whole planet and become a bigger deal than the operating system they were launching at the time.
So I have a key takeaway coming out of this episode, out of this section of the conversation, is we're all old. Oh, what happened? Oh.
Yes, we used to line up to physical stores to get copies of new operating systems. And you had it in physical form. It came in a CD. It was plastic wrapped. Then you have to go run to your house, open the CD-ROM, and and use commands.
So hey, you know what?
It was a revolution.
Yeah. So hey, I figured out why IoT can't happen in the home is you can't get a reliable connection. My connection just dropped. Did you guys see the hiccup?
I saw the hiccup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go.
You know what? Maybe that's why home automation IoT shouldn't be depending on some vendor's cloud. Maybe it should be power to the people.
Yeah.
And let them control it within their home completely.
Not? Yeah, but going back to Paul's point, the easy entry point for most consumers is that lowest tier. Right?
Yes.
That's the problem.
Welcome
you have to give up the
tier
data.
where we totally own you.
Yeah, you can't architect that lowest tier the way you're talking about. There's no power to the people. It's like you are mine. That is the philosophy of behind there.
I have an interesting story.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I bought a camera. So it's webcam for my home. It was really low expensive. So I was expecting to get something which is really bad in terms of software, hardware, and so on. But the quality of the image is really good. The software is really good. I mean, it's a well-known branded camera, but I don't say the name. And okay, this camera was on my network, and as most of my IoTs are running on a separate networks with some filtering. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, well, you have to do that for sure. And so after a certain time, I was taking a look to my log, and I saw that there is a big traffic from that webcam, but the webcam is off. I mean, it's on the network connected, but I do not use it. So, and I see a lot of traffic going to Beidou and stuff like this. So what the hell is that? And so I take a look at where is going the traffic. And I see that the traffic is going to Beidou for speech recognition and so on. So it basically means that the camera is listening to us all over the day. That's quite interesting. And then I see that the flow of images is going to a company in China. And that company, I mean, it's a no-name company. So when you go to the web pages, you will see nothing. But I did some search on internet and discovered that this company is only processing video stream from different brand of camera. And so they are processing all the flow of data coming from many brands and so on. And so I said, what's the business model here? I mean, I've paid this high quality camera for something like $30, which means that due to the distribution system and so on, it means that it's about $10 for the company that has made the camera, which is not the price for such product.
Yeah.
And there is no recurrent revenue. So who is paying this company with analyzing the image flow? Because it's not me. I mean, it cannot be part of the $10. There is some megabytes, some terabyte of data going to that company. So who is paying for this? That's the right question.
Wow. That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Well, I think we know the answer. So who's paying? The VCs that gave them a ton of money so that they can do this, so that they can train the algorithm on voice and images. That's who paid them.
Maybe I don't want to know. Basically, the camera are really useful for me to film my fishes when I'm in holidays. So I hope that I have a really good algorithm of how a fish is moving.
Yeah. I know somebody wanted free screensaver footage.
Yeah, I remember that happening to me. Like we were talking earlier about, Android and iPhone. I remember having an old Droid phone. Yeah. From a mobile operator that I won't name, and I was in France. I was in France, by the way, and I remember I'm in my hotel room at night. I'm asleep, and all of a sudden, there's bright lights in the room, and the phone decided to turn on and started doing the video, and the light came on and all this stuff. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And that's what you get sometimes with Android. I know that was a long time ago, but security is kind of a thing. And
the force was strong with that one.
yes, it was.
Actually, I think that's driven by AnyNet. AnyNet drives a level of interoperability from device to device, right? So you see a lot of it with Samsung devices and things like that. And how did I discover this? My wife and I would go to sleep and she would elbow me. She'd like, is somebody in the house? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I'd listen and literally I hear these voices. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I run downstairs and the TV's on. And I'm like, how's it? Started looking around. It's the fact that I had my phone tied to the TV and it would just, because of AnyNet, which is the protocol that they're using, would turn the TV on randomly.
This is how the world ends.
Yeah. Someone got a text message, didn't have their phone on Do Not Disturb or something. It turned on a TV.
Yeah.
That ability to do Bluetooth to power on devices can kind of bite you sometimes.
So Bill, when you were going around the house in the middle of the night, did someone break in the door and it was John Connor coming from the future?
I probably would have felt better if that were the case.
He's like, come with me if you want to live.
So, hey, Paul, thanks for freaking us out, man. But it's seriously scary for consumers, right? I mean, who's protecting the consumer?
Got to protect yourself.
Yeah, and no one's really. I mean, there's people who talk about it, but the voice is really small, and most consumers don't even have a clue. They don't go and check where the network traffic is going off of their their home network like you do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people who don't know how to do that. They wouldn't even know. Any of these minimum best practices, it's like super scary stuff. And then, that translates into the industrial context as well, right? Or enterprise. Well, maybe less so on the enterprise side, but, when you start opening up OT environments to the interwebs,
yes,
it's pretty scary.
I used to work on a team that built a really locked down smartphone where you didn't have any of those problems and you couldn't have bad actors, anything. Unfortunately, we didn't survive. That was called Windows Phone. Oh, well.
Well, I mean, but if you look at just look at your ISP, right? And so, they had that whole triple play thing, right? Where you got your cell and your internet and, all of this combined. And if anything went wrong, what did they do? You call them, they'd say, okay, I'm going to access the box in your house. And how the hell do you get that? Well, if you want video on demand, if you want all of these other things, it requires an internet connection. They are also getting a bit smarter. So streaming services like Disney and things like that, if you're running a VPN, they won't let you access it. You've got to be native. And I'm like, no, I tell you what, I'll forget it. I don't need your streaming service if I've got to open myself up like that. So literally to Paul's point, putting all of your IoT devices, all of your connected devices on a single network within your home, absolutely smart. You have to do that. And if they support IPv6, even better. And then let your friends and everything have a guest network that is restricted. You just can't open everything up like that.
That's
Bill,
so true.
is your guest network at home free, or do I have to sign, go through a paywall and pay you $10 and agree to something?
But you got to answer a bunch of questions, and I literally, one of them is what's your credit card number, and then you can but it's it has to be a black card or something like that. I mean, you got standards. You got set standards. Absolutely,
it's got to be a black card. It. I will pay my debit card and it will decline after 73 cents anyway. So I'm not concerned.
Yeah, there you go.
Bill,
I can appreciate that.
If for your something fun that you can do with your VPN and Netflix, and maybe Paul can attest to this. The French content for Netflix is legit. You get all the classic good cop bad cop French movies on the French version of Netflix, and you cannot get them in the US without a VPN.
Oh yeah, sure.
Wow.
I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, there is a lot of things we cannot get in France.
True. Yes. True.
Yeah.
So Paul, you're at BrainCube's a digital twin company, I guess.
Yeah.
What would you say are the big value props? What's the big value that customers get by using your digital twins?
I mean, the really added value is a way to optimize the production. And I mean, we are working in the autonomous factory direction, and we have different steps. So the first step is usually to analyze some problem you have that are recurring problem. Like you have 20% of default or 5% of defects. You are consuming 20% more energy sometime, and you want to fix that. So that's the first level of autonomous factory. I mean, you are just analyzing and get some insight. But what we are able to provide them is when we run it over the time, we are able to make some real-time adjustments. So when imagine the temperature have an impact on the production, and the temperature is changing all over the day, so you have to reconfigure your production system at different steps. So we are able to do that and to propose some settings that evolve over the time. And we propose this, and operator can apply or not applying this. And so this is the second step, basically. And the third step is once people trust what is made, because it's not a problem of technology, it's really a problem of transformation. Industry 4.0, it's really a problem of transformation, of trusting the AI we are creating and so on. So once you're ready to trust the system, then you go to autonomous factory, which means that the system is automatically applying the best settings to warranty that you have a good quality, low energy, and so on. So what we are proposing is to go to this autonomous factory direction, is to being more durable by optimizing the production, stop wasting money and wasting raw material by misconfiguration, which is, a bit stupid in a way. And then we are, what is also interesting to understand is in our current world, in terms of industry, we don't want to go in direction we are not managing. So basically our solution is a prescriptive solution right now, which means that we are analyzing what you did really correctly in the past and apply the best setting we see in the past facing the current situation. And what we are going, which is step 4, is working in the predictive environment, which means being able to provide some settings for new situations that has never been seen. So this is where we are working on. And that's quite interesting because there is another aspect that I really like is, it's an EA basically for the step 4. And what is really interesting with the EA is how to train it. And that's also something where we are working a lot in the next year is about how to make sure that you have correctly trained your EA to make sure that it takes the right decision and discovers the new production context. So this is the heart of what we are doing and the kind of value we are creating. Just to give you some numbers for estimation of what we have made, the savings we have made for our customer is about 5 billion. We estimate that our customer have saved about 5 billion. And this is, it's not the price they have paid, but it means that this volume of money is raw materials that has not been trashed. This is energy that has not been spent. And this is really what makes sense for me. It's stop wasting raw materials, stop wasting energy due to bad settings in the production line. It's just optimizing the production line to preserve the planet, basically. And that's really interesting in my point of view. So that's what we create in terms of value.
That's great. I like that.
Did you say EA? Is that What's EA?
Oh yeah, it's AI. In French,
Oh.
in French, it's intelligence artificielle. So it's EA in French and AI in English.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going, EA is like enterprise
Yeah,
architecture.
AI.
It's like, what's he
Sorry.
talking about?
Executive assistant.
Yeah. So, hey, Paul, really quick. So, why did you react to this post by Ryan? I mean, I know we've been trying to have you on for quite some time. I know you wanted to jump on with us, but what did you react to? What was that thing that kind of triggered you?
On a Clubhouse.
Yeah, the Clubhouse thing.
Yeah. I mean, I react on this because I've tried to make some Clubhouse talk at the beginning of Clubhouse. I spend a lot of time in Clubhouse, and I tried to talk about IoT. Yeah. And I've been alone most of the time. I mean, the topic is.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a good discussion with 2-3 guys, but it's like you, we were 2 on it. And so, I'm also involved in IoT for crypto. And so I tried, because crypto is a big, a big way to get people talking with you on Clubhouse. And so I tried some IoT crypto, but as soon as you have IoT, no one joined. If I put a term about crypto, I get some people. But if I had IoT on it, just no one is joining. It's kind of crazy. Wow. Like if IoT is technical term that you have to move away or something like this. That's why I read it. I mean, my experience is Clubhouse don't like.
No, but I don't think that's uncommon. And you're a pretty big influencer and known person on Twitter, right? You have like a crap ton of followers. You have your own podcast that's doing pretty well. And I mean, you're like a pretty well-known dude, and it's weird that the Clubhouse, I mean, it's challenging to create an audience.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of encountered the same thing as well, and just said, screw this crap. Not that we're great here.
The first looking point is when I try to create some channel to talk about IoT and crypto IoT. Talk to my community and say, okay, I'm gonna have a Clubhouse discussion on this. Can you join, and so on. The most of the time, the answer I got is, I'm sorry, I'm on an iPhone, I'm on an Android, so I don't have Clubhouse and I can join. And so that was my.
Everything that Paul is sending us an important message here, which is why we're telling our audience today, we're announcing a big change. We're changing the name of this to NFT Coffee Talk.
Yeah, no. You could have many more people.
Powered by crypto.
Next week, it's 75% of IoT projects fail. 100% of IoT crypto projects succeed.
Boom. Boom.
At the beginning.
I thought it was the other way. So far, it's more like 99.999% of crypto projects fail.
Wow. Well, I tell you,
which
Paul,
is kind of true.
I'm loving what you're talking about, Paul, and how you're optimizing things for factory operations and getting those right settings using your twins. I think you should probably get on the phone and call Elon Musk, and hook him up. He just launched his new, right down the street from Ryan and Bill, another gigafactory in Austin. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Did he have a big kind of rodeo or something? What the heck was that all about?
Oh, it was a rave.
Yeah?
Cyber rodeo. I skipped that one. I think he tweeted before, like, this is going to be the biggest party ever. And I was like, no, I'll wait till everyone leaves and production starts.
Yeah.
So whereabouts is the factory in relationship to Austin?
Del Val. It's in Del Val. So it's like maybe 10 minutes from the airport.
Okay. All right. Okay. Formerly an Air Force base, turned it into an airport.
Yep.
Because the old airport was a piece of junk.
Well, this one is quickly becoming something else.
I've been trying to get in and out. I heard something about the rental cars and some other weird stuff about going on with that airport. Yeah. I don't know what I heard. It's
I mean, it's just congested. I mean, it's very, very difficult to get in and out.
It's because of you Californians, Bill, moving to Austin. That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
It's the Palo Alto to Austin Express train.
Yeah, but don't worry. Next summer, American Airlines is gonna hit them up with the bus to. You guys know this, right? AA is replacing some routes with a bus service. So, like Philly to Atlantic City, for example.
Oh my! Are you serious?
I know. I am not making this up. There's actually this horrible pilot shortage for regional flights. There's just not enough people to fly. Period. So airlines, starting with American, they're revising routes, and starting next year, they're doing some routes on a bus. So if you want to go from Philly to Atlantic City, to put it all on 26 Black, you're going to be on a bus.
So does that mean now's a good time to become a pilot? Hi, Paul.
Yes.
I also have your leave.
Good seeing you, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, good seeing you. Yeah, we'll have to have you on again.
So maybe now, because of the pilot shortage, I can just go online and do a quick multiple choice quiz to find out if I can be a certified pilot.
Dude, actually, surely LinkedIn has one of those certificates that you can, that when you complete the course, you post it for your peoples to know. That's what you need, Rob.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it,
I'll be
man.
right behind you.
I think that sounds like fun. I've always wanted to be a pilot, like Tom Cruise,
And don't stop believing.
I love it.
And that new Top Gun movie is coming out soon. So
Next month I'm looking
bring
to bring us back to Miramar, the good old days.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Is Tom Cruise in that movie?
He is. He is.
No, he's not.
He is in it.
With a walker?
And Goose's son is in it.
Oh my God.
I think. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, it looks pretty good. And you have to hand it to Tom. He got into F-18 and took all those G's,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to hand it to Tom for being our age and looking like he's still 25 or I don't know.
I think
It's all the
older,
money,
isn't he?
man.
Like 60?
That's all it is. Money.
Yeah. No,
You bathe in Benjamin Franklin's and you look like you're 23.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I'm not sure that are they gonna have Iceman in it?
He was there on the wall at least in a picture.
Yeah. I watched that Val Kilmer documentary.
Admiral.
And I'm like, wow, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's obviously not bathing in Franklin's.
No, I think he's been bathing on copper pennies.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was big. He was big for a long time, Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell you, what I'm really looking forward to is working for Bill here. I'm going to be a dishwasher. And
Working with, we'll be partners.
Oh, okay. Am I the guy who does the sweeping or the dishwashing?
Well, I'll be holding the pan so you can sweep it in, and then
Because I got really skilled when I was in the Navy and submarines. I got really good at washing dishes and stripping and waxing floors. I got really good at that. So
so did I.
Really handy.
Yes.
but Rob, like don't put yourself down. Like just when you update LinkedIn, it has to be underwater ceramic technician.
Ooh.
Okay? Do not let anyone call you a dishwasher, brother. I will go in there and just suck somebody.
Just like lots of things we talk about here that are completely unrelated to IoT, I will tell you a quick little nugget. So when you go onto your ship or submarine and you're a newbie, it's your first time, you have to spend like 60 days mess cranking, as they call it. And so you're on the mess decks. That's where everybody eats their meals. And so I'm in the scullery, as it's called, washing dishes and putting this kind of liquid soap detergent that you're washing it. And if you look at the label on there, it says, do not let it come in contact with skin. I don't know. But anyway, you're washing dishes, you're cleaning off, you're obviously taking people's plates away, you strip and wax the decks because you have to be able to eat off the floor. But the important thing, though, is one of the other sailors in there with me, this guy sounded just like Axl Rose. And so he would start singing Guns N' Roses songs while we're washing dishes. And so he's like going, and live and let die. And pretty soon the XO, the submarine, started calling him Axel, Petty Officer Axel. And so anyway, you have to have fun, uplifting times, no matter what the circumstances. And so while I was scrubbing dishes, I had Axl Rose next to me. There you go, folks.
That's dope. That's dope.
It was.
Nice.
Exactly. You know, Sweet Child of Mine was just right there.
Yep. All right, guys.
That's hilarious. Thinking about the days, that makes me nostalgic.
Yes. You know, those were the good days, man.
Yeah.
It was, you know.
We're going to, looks like we're dropping. Yesterday, I was introduced to a band called St. Vincent. I've never heard of them until yesterday. And I think the gal's super dope. Also, Florence and the Machine Greatest Hits. Super dope. I'm trying to ask people for like what they think is awesome music that I've never heard of, just so I can start listening, because I stopped listening to stuff in the 90s, man. So that's what my
shame on you.
That's where it stopped, huh?
I know. Send me your stuff. I will give it a try.
Yeah. His last song that he knows is Bye Bye Bye.
All right.
You know, he's listening to Boys to Men 24/7.
Who's this?
End of the road.
That's right, man. It's good stuff.
All right. Well, take us out down on bended knee.
You know what?
Here all day.
You know what? Let me try to give our audience a view. The camera may wash out. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of washing out. Anyway, that's the Pacific Ocean over there. Oh, and now it's all bright. There you go. Yeah. It's beautiful to be here in Laguna Beach, broadcasting live, you know, because I'm on welfare. That's why I'm in Laguna Beach, you know, on bended knee. Actually, I'm actually here cleaning houses for the elites who live here, you know. I couldn't quite get a job down the coast in Dana Point, so I had to settle for Laguna. But that's okay, you know. I'm still writing code in Laguna. Maybe my new digital twin thing will be Project Laguna. I don't know. Anyway, come check us out at https://www.iotcoffeetalk.com. And this is going to be redirecting you to YouTube, because we're YouTubers, just like all those crazy kids on, you know, TikTok. We're the same thing. And we talk about NFTs and crypto all the time. And that's what we're all about. Come check us out. We got a great catalog of videos. Anything you'd ever want to learn about IoT, we've said it. And a lot more. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We are out.
See you guys.